Athletic Conference. The Beavers this season are 5-2-1 overall. That's 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, and 2-0 in the new MAC, while the Jumbos are 3-2-2, as well as 1-2-2 in the NESCAC. My name is Ethan Grublich. I'm joined here with Sam Brill on color commentary. It's a rare occasion that these Jumbos of the men's soccer program are going up against a ranked opponent at home while they themselves are unranked here at Bello. Sam, can you talk to me a little bit more about the struggles the Jumbos have faced this year?
Yeah, Ethan, this is still a super strong Jumbos team, but it's natural when you're missing that many stars from last year to this year that you'll struggle a little bit. But with that being said, it's certainly a long season, and a win against a ranked opponent here would be huge for this team's confidence going into a weekend where they'll take on the Colby Mules and the Trinity Bantams.
And lastly, before we kick off, what do you think the keys are to winning this game for Babson?
Babson's an incredibly strong team and are especially elite when they score first. And dating back to last year, Babson is 16-0-1 when scoring first and 5-0-1 this season. They're also elite when leading at the half. That means 4-0 this season and 10 wins dating back to last season. Scoring early and defending that lead has been a priority for this team, and they've done it. So we'll see if they can do it here at Bello.
And then quickly, tell me a key for the Jumbos.
The Jumbos just need to capitalize on their opportunities, and they've really had plenty of them. Not a ton that they've capitalized on, though. Daly, their returning leading goal scorers, back and has 5, but hasn't had a whole ton of help from the rest of the squad. So we'll see if that narrative changes in this one with a young front. We'd like to see Sean Trainer get involved today. Doesn't have a goal yet this season.
Yeah, that would be huge for these Jumbos forwards to start getting involved. Mikey Brady, the only one of them with a goal to their name so far this season. As we're underway at Bello, the Beavers have a throw. That's the midfielder Ryan Grund taking the throw, quickly recovered by the Jumbos. Max Clivio working the ball around the defense. His partner at the back, Taylor Feinberg. Clivio's ball forward is too far for Feigen, recovered by the Beavers.
Definitely a good aggressive ball there from Clivio, though. We'll like to see him play that ahead and see if the Jumbos can force the pressure on Babson early here. Again, they work really well with the lead in the first half.
That's Walker White in net for the Babson Beavers. Gherkin fighting for the ball in midfield, does recover it. Freshman Daniel Yanez now laying the ball off to Gibson Campbell on this near side. Campbell's ball towards, looks like it's out of bounds. A little difficult for us to see on this near sideline.
Yeah, Ethan, this one's going to be a dogfight, and looks like we're going to see the first corner here, rather a throw-in for Babson.
Gibson Campbell now working the ball back to Yanez. Feinberg. Feinberg lofts the ball in the air, headed away by Babson. It's Mitchell Collins.
Babson doing a really good job of controlling the game right now. The flow of the game hasn't been super fast-paced, but they've held it, and they're still looking to put a little bit of pressure on this Jumbos team. Still playing with the ball in midfield, though, really trying to set up their offense before they get aggressive and really go for something.
For sure. Fighting for the ball on this far sideline. Referee blows his whistle. It'll be a foul going the direction of Tufts.
Right, and Ethan, we said it was going to be a dogfight, just a little bit too much contact with the hands over there on that far sideline.
Yeah, Tufts not a team to shy away from physicality. Their usual starting center back, Alex Wall, serving suspension for a red card. We'll see if they can remain a little more disciplined, but without letting up on the amount of physicality that they have in their game. This is Gibson Campbell now working with Yanez. Yanez with a good move around a defender. Now Feinberg from the back. Yanez looking to put a ball in. He does. And the Beavers concede the first corner of the game.
And a really good aggressive ball there from Yanez, trying to put that into the corner for his man who could put that right back in for the cross. Babson just unable to get high enough to head that out of their zone. And off his head, it's going to give the Jumbos their first corner kick of the day. And as you see, they stack the box with their defense.
Yeah, Max Clivio we saw in this last game here against Salem State, scoring the opening goal off a header from a corner. The look for him here. Ball sails out of bounds for another Jumbo's corner. So a Beaver getting a touch on that.
Another good ball there from the Jumbos. Off the head of the Beavers, though, out of bounds. They're going to have another chance from the opposite side.
Get moving. On our toes. On our toes. Get moving.
The corner is in. At the far post again. Yanez bringing the ball down. And now the Beavers with a chance to break. That's Collins now breaking. And the Jumbos do a good job to retreat. Kirkin sliding in and getting a touch there. Ball going out of bounds for a Beavers throw near the far corner.
And a bad ball from Move and Shin really just turns it over and lets the Babson Beavers get right back onto offense. A high turnover after that corner kick was not what the Jumbos were looking for.
Long throw into the box by the Beavers. The ball bouncing around now. And a wild shot taken by the Beavers. He'll be out for the Jumbo goal kick. Eric Lauda in net for the Jumbos. Already a NESCAC Player of the Week award to his name this season for his performance in the first week as the ball forward rolls back to the Beavers goalie, Walker White.
Higher, Sean Trainer. Higher, Wilben.
Clivio fighting for that ball. The ball falls to Gherkin, lays it off to Feinberg, back to Lauta. Feinberg now looking for men forward, can't find one, so he lays it back to Lauta. Clivio lofts the ball forward towards Max Cook, one of the wing backs for Tufts. Ref blows his whistle. It's going to be a foul going against Max Cook. Beavers free kick. Good block by Siegelstein on that attempted pass by the Beavers.
Jumbo's still trying to set something up. Being aggressive on the sides, but playing it back now, trying to wait for their offense to get in the right position.
Yeah, and if you've looked at these defenders when they've had the ball, they're always looking forward for an open guy to try and make that play. We've seen Clivio send balls forward. We've seen Yanez deep in midfield sending balls forward, as Feinberg does now. But again, no one's home. And Walker White will easily corral that one. Beavers send the ball forward. Chance now for the Beavers. Great ball across the net, but there was no one there to get on the end of it. A little bit of a mess. It's going to be a foul going against Max Cook for his tackle on number 15, Joao Araujo.
Looked like Araujo fell pretty easy, but nonetheless, he'll have a free kick there, probably about 10, 15 yards outside the box.
Yeah, certainly a dangerous position for the Beavers. Not one that the Jumbos will want to face. They've had some calls go against them, specifically in the Wesleyan game where, well, now we'll have the free kick. Taken on pretty decently, but just misses. That was Mitchell Collins going for goal for the Beavers. The Beavers number 10.
Mitchell Collins, 2021 USCA All-Region First Team, 2019 and 2021 NUMAC First Team. So clearly a very talented player. They trust him with that ball.
As maybe Lauta shouldn't have trusted whoever was back there with him. I can't totally tell from here. But regardless, the Jumbos give the ball away in their own territory. Beavers throw it in. So Jumbos with some defending to do. That was Trainer going to ground.
Trainer working really hard to swing the momentum back for the Jumbos.
So now that's Clivio and Trainer forward as the Beavers recover. The ball trickles out of bounds and will be ruled a Beavers corner. So they're first of the game.
Kind of tough to see who's over there in that far corner under the lights. Not as bright as maybe we would like, but it'll be a Babson corner.
The in-swinger from Babson. It's a good ball in. They got a touch to it. They're going to have a shot here, and the volley is over the goal.
Yeah, not just over the goal, Ethan, but over the netting behind the goal by about 10, 20 feet. So well missed by that one.
Yeah,
Babson equally has not converted on their opportunities. The Jumbos have had one or two and made a couple of mistakes, and the Beavers have missed a couple as well.
Absolutely, and that type of shot is one of those fun kinds of shots that I enjoy taking when I'm just messing around with my friends. Certainly a volley, not easy to hit, and that's Exhibit A right there. The Jumbos resetting now from the back. Jumbo's still looking to reset. They've probably been doing this for about 20 seconds now. And Clivio's ball forward can't find Trainer. Wivinshin with a good tackle. Recovers the ball for the Jumbos. The Jumbos still outnumbered in Babson territory. Clivio now by himself. Shamar Rainford pressing. Clivio will have to get rid of the ball. Cook brings it down, but there's no one to get it to. Babson gets rid.
And both teams being really patient and really disciplined. Ethan, both of these teams have had extremely storied programs in recent history. And they're really showing exactly why with this display of patience that they're showing right now.
Good header back to the goalkeeper, Lauda, from Yanez. And yeah, this is one of the rare interconference matchups you'll see. An intrastate, like sort of regional matchup between Babson and Tufts, one that's actually pretty competitive. Last year, of course, Tufts prevailing in overtime after a scoreless regulation. This year, however, no overtime, so in order for one team to prevail, One will have to score. Walker White takes control. Aiden Welsh, who's only featured in a few games this season, a student of Tufts Medical School, assisted the winning goal last year in overtime. Now that's Collins looking to break. Shello sends a ball in. Actually, that wasn't Shello. He laid the ball off to whoever sent it in. Regardless, it'll be a tough goal kick. That was Ryan Grund on the missed cross.
Movement, front three. Check in, check out. Look to stretch it.
So the Jumbos have gone Lauda to Clivio to set something up a couple of times here in this first half, and just really struggling to get anything going with that combination. That left side has been pretty closed off and guarded really well by Grund.
Absolutely. So even as patient as they've been, we saw one sequence between the center backs and the goalkeeper taking like about 20 seconds, just the Jumbos not being able to string anything together. Grund now to Collins. Collins on Campbell. Grund crosses it to the far side. Now the low ball in, easily dealt with by Lauta.
And now a third of this first half is gone, and we're still scoreless here on Bello. Neither team with a ton of chances. But the Jumbos have really tried to play along that left side, going Clivio to Trainer, Clivio to Cook, and they haven't been able to set that up all that well. We'll see if they have a different game plan moving forward. It looks like Coach Desatel is still trying to shout out with Coach Lichtenstein along that sideline.
Yeah, substitutes not preparing for either team as Shamar Rainford gets tackled there by Taylor Feinberg. Ball easily dealt with by Gibson Campbell, who's starting today in place of the suspended Alex Wall. Trainer now working around a defender, gets the nutmeg, but can't find Cook. Good physicality by Clivio to recover there.
Yeah, and that's the first time that we saw a ball that Trainer was actually able to get to. The Jumbo's still not able to get far up and up to press and really get something going on offense. But still doing a good job dealing with it on defense.
The ball from Yanez there, dealt with by the Babson defenders. Collins heads the ball towards Rainford, but it's just out of his reach. It'll be Grund now taking the throw for the Beavers along this near sideline at midfield. Grund lofts the ball out of the reach of Rainford. Campbell now just putting the ball out of bounds. Grund again to throw.
We've seen Babson set up some offense here a couple of times, but all shots have been pretty wide of the net. Lauda only making that one soft save on the far side. That ball goes across the street. Jumbo staying pretty disciplined on defense here, not letting any balls get in.
Yeah, we'll see if that ball that Lauta had to deal with would be considered a save. It looked like it was a low cross in and one that was easy to deal with regardless. But now Babson will get another corner. I think it's their third of the game. This time on the near side. There was a push-off by the Beavers attacker inside the box. The Jumbos, who dealt with that corner pretty well anyways, will have the free kick. Now Mark Wynn and Ethan Feigen prepare to come on for the Jumbos. Mark Wynn, who scored a sensational goal directly from the corner at MIT, as the Jumbos look to break there, but Beavers had just recovered in time. Max Cook and Woo Vin Shin will come off. They're replaced by Ethan Feigen and Mark Wynn.
Looks like this could just be a little bit of a fatigue swap, keep them fresh and healthy for the second half of this one. Of course, a little bit less than halfway gone here in the first half.
Yeah, we've certainly seen those switches of midfield before. I think Mark Wynn taking up the position that that Cook played, and then Feigen taking up Shin's position.
Right, both midfielders, so makes sense that they're both getting a little bit of a breather here. But the Jumbos really applying pressure here. They're playing super high with their front line, trying to just get that ball in any way they can to set up an opportunity.
Yeah, and same with how high their back 4 or 5 are playing. We've seen Clivio as well as Feinberg positioned well near the midfield line.
Now they're going to play this one back to Lauda, maybe flip the field.
Gherkin in the sequence with Clivio and Feinberg, as well as Lauta, of course. Ball forward by Feinberg. It's going to be dealt with by the Beavers. And that ball goes off of Siegelstein out of bounds. He just couldn't get a good touch on it. A little bit of a poor touch by Clivio, but there wasn't anyone pressing too far back to take advantage. Jumbo's still trying to clear their lines a little bit. Clivio. Back to Feinberg. It's been exhausting, but this is the sequence that we've had to watch for a good part of the night.
Right, and both teams really controlling, trying to set up their offense before they really go and attack, because both teams know, again, very storied programs, really strong defense out of both sides. So really just trying to make sure that the opportunity that they're trying to create is going to actually yield something before they actually send the ball in.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Clivio now past the midfield line. That ball wasn't dealt with by White, but dealt with in the end by one of the defenders for the Beavers. So White went up to try and snatch that ball away. It looked like he did almost easily, but he was just swarmed by white shirts. Couldn't deal with it, but his defender's back there to clear his lines. Now Yanez pushing forward. Feigen now with a good dribble into midfield, into the attacking third. That's Yanez now. Putting a ball in, dealt with by Walker White, who lays it off to Grund. Babson will try to break. Shamar Rainford is way too far behind the ball. Lauta is going to deal with it. Once it gets to his box, he picks it up. Some protests from Mitchell Collins, but the referee won't listen to them. Yanez sends a ball towards Campbell. Dealt with mostly by Grund, still fighting with Campbell on this near sideline. And the ball does go out of bounds in the end.
Yeah, and really physical on that sideline. Good job by Grund to cut that off. Campbell just not strong enough to keep that ball in bounds for the Jumbos to set up an opportunity. but still in the attacking third for the Jumbos. Babson trying to work it out.
Gherkin now. Gherkin with some neat moves on Rainford. Now Feinberg to Lauta. Back to Feinberg. Feinberg looks forward. Not dealt with great by the Beavers. Jumbos will give chase, but it goes out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for Walker White.
A little bit of protest from the Jumbo bench. They thought maybe a hand found that ball. But nonetheless, it'll be Walker White, the keeper, looking to start something for the Beavers. Both teams silent through more than half of the first half here at Bello.
Yeah, just over 20 minutes remaining. Trainer now with a neat back heel pass. Won't find Siegelstein though. The Beavers now looking to get organized. They send their ball forward. Dealt with well. Loud has to loft one up. Babson now with an opportunity to cross a ball in. He's dealt with. There was a flying tackle there. Players from both teams down. Mark Wynn down for the Jumbos.
And Mark Wynn really just going in hard for the attack, trying to get the ball, and it looks like that was some head-to-head contact right in that attacking third for Babson. Trainer's coming on immediately. Looks like there may be some blood down there. And a yellow card there for Wynn. Wynn definitely went in real hard, and a hard-nosed soccer play there. And the jersey comes off, so don't have a number for you there. But as expected, a lot of blood coming. And he should be able to come back on for the second half.
Yeah, we'll see that blood dripping down his face. Might have been an injury to the mouth. Trainer having to come on. The player definitely had to come off as per the rules. Still protests from this Babson sideline. Mark Wynn, of course, already receiving the yellow card. Subs preparing to come on for the Beavers. Liam Bradigan, the junior forward.
And the officials just talking this one over to let everyone know, since there is blood on his face, he by rule has to come out of the game, but he'll be able to come back in the game freely as soon as the blood is stopped and as soon as he's cleaned back up. So free substitution comes in. That's going to be
Lyndon White coming into the game. The defender.
And again, the card for Wynn. Babson's going to have a free chance here, and probably about 20 yards outside the box. A little tough from my vantage point to see exactly how far, but probably 15, 20 yards out of the box. Lauda preparing, and the Jumbos preparing a wall here for this free kick.
Yeah, the wall won't do much from this position, as they'll certainly try to send a cross in here, which they do. And that's dealt with by Lauda very well. It was a decent ball in. If he hadn't gotten to that in time, Babson could have been in.
Oh, and a really incredible play by Eric Lauda there. Just cutting that off. Ball seeking as soon as it came off a foot, and really just taking away that Babson opportunity. Great job by Lauda, and it keeps us scoreless here on Bello.
Well said. The Beavers were lurking there. Good ball in by Mitchell Collins, who's been taking those set pieces for the Beavers today. Clivio now looking towards that far sideline. Ball knocked in by Feigen. Dealt
Yeah.
with by White.
And a good ball by Feigen. Looked like Trainer was seeking. And, again, good job by Walker White to take that one away.
Yeah, Trainer so far this season hasn't had much of a sight of goal, but they're having to be cut off from having an opportunity. Clivio now marked high in the back. Trainer now brings the ball down in midfield. Finds Feigen, who sends a ball in towards Campbell. It's over the Beavers defenders' heads. Campbell brings it down.
Oh, and a beautiful tackle there from Babson. Taking it away from Wynn, but Wynn takes it right back. The Jumbos are going to have a throw, threatening once again in the attacking third.
Yeah, the Babson defender sort of swooping in, taking the ball off Wynn there. There's now Rainford pressing high. Gherkin now to Clivio, who crosses midfield. Clivio's ball forward, dealt with by the Beavers. Mikey Brady will prepare to come on. Mason Schultz, the freshman forward, will also prepare to come on. So Brady, the only forward who's scored so far this season for the Jumbos, preparing to come on in this game.
That's right, Ethan, and the Jumbos front line continues to struggle. Again, haven't had a ton of opportunities, no shots on goal just yet in this one.
Collins now. Ball doesn't get to Rainford. Dealt with by the Jumbos, who just punt it out of bounds.
And a bunch of substitutions here. Liam Radigan also coming in for the Beavers with Samuel Smith coming in for the Jumbos. It's going to be Mason Schultz and Mikey Brady. Brady, again, the only Jumbo on that attacking line with goals this season. So we'll see if Brady can convert on any of his opportunities. The Jumbos have had few.
Yeah, precisely. And Trainer getting the start again in this one. However, no opportunities to score for him. And Mark Wynn with the yellow card also coming off. Mark Wynn, the midfielder, coming off for a forward, so maybe the Jumbos will look to attack a little bit more before the end of this first half. Good marking by Feigen to force the turnover. Schultz gets his first touch, but it's a poor one. He'll have another chance. Feigen can't lay it off to Brady. Siegelstein gets brought down, so the foul will go against Mitchell Collins. Gherkin now just sends the free kick back to Feinberg. The Jumbos will look to reset again. Feinberg sends it towards Campbell, who can't keep it in bounds. Now Grund to take the throw. There's a solid ball in by Grund, but the Beavers outnumbered by the Jumbos defenders.
And the Beavers controlling once again after a
That was a
rough
poor touch. The Beavers had to deal with it. That was Lyndon Way, the substitute defender, sending that ball out of bounds after a poor touch by Grund trying to pass it back to him. Gave the opportunity for the Jumbos to give chase. Gherkin now working in midfield. Siegelstein pushing forward, moving towards the edge of the box. Siegelstein working on defenders, goes down. The referee says no foul on there.
Unlucky. Go again, White. Go
Siegelstein perhaps went down a bit easy. Not much protest from the Jumbos.
Right, and Ethan, it's been a dogfight all game, as we've said almost 2 or 3 times at this point, but both two storied programs, both two teams with a lot of physicality, and Jumbo's not afraid to be physical. The Beavers fighting right back, and Siegelstein just catching the worst of it, trying to make a push towards the net there.
Yeah, fortunately for the Beavers and unfortunately for the Jumbos, all fair play ruled on that. Is Brady now with the ball at his feet, pushing forward. Daly on that far sideline. We haven't seen a whole lot of him in this first half. Of course, the top goal scorer for the Jumbos. Feigen lays the ball off. The shot is taken, and it'll be ruled that it went over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Walker White.
Mason, slide. Don't drop.
So some solid link-up play.
Right, and you know, the Jumbos aren't going to be able to convert on every opportunity they've had. Of course, you'd like to see them try to put one in the back of the net here, but that's probably their best one so far in this half, and they've really just only gotten better. You know, struggled a little bit at the beginning, had a couple of mistakes here and there, but really just getting closer and closer and gaining some momentum here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see some of the numbers that come out at the end of this first half. I don't recall the Jumbos having a shot on target. Lauta also not really challenged in net for the Jumbos.
Right, Lauta did have that one nice play.
Well, there's a little bit of a challenge there. No one gets a touch on it. It'll be ruled a goal kick. Collins goes down like right in the middle of the net. He was giving chase to a ball that was really almost nowhere near him, and he's not going to get any kind of call on that.
And just when you thought the Jumbos had all the momentum, Babson comes right back and just missing the runner, Mitchell Collins. Otherwise, that would have been an easy goal right through Lauta. But the Jumbos now looking to press once again. About 11 and a half minutes left in this first half.
Yanez has Daly forward. Feigen now dribbling through midfield. Feigen again with the ball at his feet. Ball stays in bounds. Daly. Daly's cross is deflected and out for a Jumbo's corner with 11 minutes to play in this first half. So the Jumbos now getting right back on offense with a chance from the corner. Some big players in the box. It was a good corner, but now the Beavers almost with a chance to break. That was Schultz doing a good job getting back. Campbell, the furthest defender back, sending it towards Brady. Brady could have a chance here, but he was marked well. He just can't get the shot off there. Walker White with the ball in his hands now.
The Jumbos in dismay. It looked like Mikey Brady's jersey was in the hands of a Babson defender. No call, though, and again, it's been really physical on both sides of the ball, so we'll see if either team can fight through the physicality and put one in the back of the net.
Now, Schultz fought with Grunt for the ball. Gherkin brings it down. Clivio. Brady now linking up with Siegelstein. Feigen sends it to Daly. Daly sending a ball in. And it was a little bit chaotic at the end of that. The touch just goes out of bounds. It'll be a Jumbo's corner from this near side.
Right, and on that play, all the Jumbos running towards that front corner, and Babson, all they really had the choice to do was kick it out of bounds and give the Jumbos a corner. So they'll have another shot here. 9 minutes left to go in this first half.
Yeah, dealt with well in the end by the Beavers, but the work is not done. The Jumbos will have a corner. Dealt with well by White. He'll look to break quickly. Recovered well by the Jumbos, who have Feigen and Campbell back, as well as Lauta, who sends that ball towards midfield. Yanez won the ball off Collins in that aerial duel for the ball. Gherkin now looking forward. Back to Feinberg. Yanez looking towards Campbell, who is unmarked, but now is marked. Has to dribble towards the middle. Sends the ball in, going to be dealt with easily there by Way. Schultz now having a fight. He's brought down. That's going to be called a foul against the Beavers. So the Beavers taking a swing at I can't totally tell who that is from here, but taking the swing at the Jumbo's attacker's ankles. He goes down easily. It will be a foul.
Yeah, and that was Mason Schultz. Mason Schultz doing a good job really fighting for that ball in the upper third, trying to keep it in. Yanez is going to have a shot here, and if you remember from the Salem State game, he had a goal not free.
The shot on, not going to be as close as his goal that occurred on the other side of the field in that Salem State game, but we know that he has the power to score from there, and he'll take those opportunities.
That's right, Ethan. And Yanez, disappointed with himself, knows that he can do better. But still plenty of time left in this one. We've got another whole half of soccer plus the 7 minutes in this half.
Yeah, so the Jumbo's there, yet again failing to register a shot on target, but have looked a little more threatening in these last few minutes. Campbell working it out the back. That's Feinberg looking forward towards Schultz. Schultz will give chase. Dealt with by Way, who puts it in the air. Gherkin now working with Daly. Feigen, Brady, Daly. Brady now takes the shot. Blocked well by the Beavers.
Yeah, but the Jumbos still pressing up there. Had another opportunity to try to put one in, put it in the box, but the Beavers playing it out nicely. And now the Jumbos attacking. They may try to put this one all the way in the box from over there. And we know how strong Ian Daly is from that sideline, so would not be surprised to see him throwing all the way from the sideline into the box for a Jumbo chance here.
The Jumbo's players in the box certainly positioned as if it were a corner kick. The ball bounces out to Clivio. Or no, that's Gherkin actually. Campbell, the last defender back, sends the ball in. Jumbos will fight for the ball. Shot on by Schultz, go out of bounds.
And Mason Schultz, the first year, doing a really good job here in this first half, seemingly everywhere, and generating another opportunity for the Jumbos and another corner kick. 5 minutes left to go in the first half, and still scoreless here at Bello, but Jumbos have been close on these corners.
Ball in, bounces out to Yanez, as the ref will call a foul there.
Yeah, a pretty clear foul. Sam Smith basically tore Schultz down from his neck, so that's definitely not kosher. I'm not a soccer guy, but definitely can't do that. Now Yanez in the attacking third. I mean, we've seen him do it before. He's got a tremendous foot. We'll see if he's going to try to put this one on goal, but it looks like the Jumbos have a couple of runners.
Yeah, definitely a couple of options here. He'll take the shot on. It's low, and it goes off of Brady in the box. Falls to Walker White in the end. Players will retreat. 4 minutes to play now in this first half. Grud now. Feigen pressing. Ball knocked away by the Jumbos. Ball just can't get to Brady there. And now a foul will go against the Beavers. Gherkin takes it quickly, rolls it towards Feigen. He has Daly running along that near side or that far sideline. Clivio. The Jumbos definitely pushing their lines forward to end this first half. And now they might have a chance, but the referee's whistle blows before that. It'll be a call against the Jumbos.
And the Jumbos have been playing that upper line pretty far up the whole game. I mean, we saw Zach Siegelstein come over to the sideline and actually bark that they can't generate anything with everybody so far up there. So we're really going to see whether the Jumbos decide to keep their lines so far pushed up or if they decide to play it back and try to generate something in the midfield with a couple of runners going up. Three minutes left here in the first half. And Walker White putting this one into the midfield.
And yeah, that analysis of the Jumbos line positioning is absolutely spot on. They'll look to break here. Lots of numbers forward for the Jumbos. And the Beavers bring them down. It'll be a goal kick. So a great play by the Beavers to take the ball off of the Jumbos runner. That was Feigen again, being real dynamic with the ball at his feet. Stripped off of him very well and out for the goal kick. You don't normally see plays like that made. So good defending by the Beavers towards the end of this first half.
That's right, Ethan, and you can't win them all. Really just excellent play there by Babson to cut off the Jumbo attack once again. Still scoreless here on Bello. It's been the tale of defense, defense, defense all day.
Yeah, neither team's giving each other much of a scare. As Brady here outnumbered by a horde of Babson defenders. Ball now rolls out of bounds for the Jumbos throw. So the Jumbos doing a good job to chase there. That ball, if it had just rolled out of bounds, would have been a Babson throw, but now an attacking opportunity. The ball in, dealt with well by Way, who heads it away. Feinberg with loads of space behind him, gets it back to Lauta. Lauta having to make some quick decisions there, gets the ball to Yanez. Feinberg sends the ball towards Schultz, who is beaten to it by White.
And White's done a really good job cutting off those balls. We've seen the Jumbos take a couple of shots down there to some runners, but White has been very vigilant and coming out of the net as soon as he sees those balls.
Yeah, and that's about the extent of the work that both goalkeepers have had to do tonight. Neither really having to make any critical saves on any shots. Mostly having to do a good job making those decisions to come off their lines and cut off those passes in towards the forwards who are lurking.
Just 30 seconds left here. Babson's going to try to put one in with their arms.
It's a great ball in. It's headed down and cleared off of the line critically by the Jumbos. We'll see who that is in a second. It's a little bit hard to see. Job not done yet. 10 seconds left to play. And now it'll be a goal kick to end the half. So scoreless here at Bello Field. Not a whole lot of shots on target. Both teams looking pretty sturdy in defense. And there you have it. We'll see you again in the second half. Welcome back to Bellow Field for the second half between the Tufts Jumbos of men's soccer and the Babson Beavers. We come back. It is still scoreless between the two teams. Sam, not a whole lot of shots on target. A lot of physicality in that first half, including a controversial yellow card issued to Mark Wynn. Take me through those sort of things.
Yeah, Ethan, controversial in the sense that could have been a red card rather than it shouldn't have been a card at all. Mark Wynn came in real hot, and a Babson player was left with a bloody face again. We didn't catch his name because his jersey came right off as he was in clear dismay that no red card was issued. So definitely a tough call by Mark Wynn, but the Jumbos were in danger of going down to 10 in 2 consecutive games. Neither team with a whole lot of shots on goal, though. Babson's only got 2. The Jumbos have none, and only the 1 shot by Yanez on the free kick for the Jumbos. So we'll see if either team can generate some offense, but both teams with a whole lot of patience in the first half. And Yanez immediately fighting for one. Yanez gets called for the foul, and it's going to be Babson ball.
Yeah, and as we discussed that physicality, of course, the foul being called.
Excuse me, the foul's going to be called on Babson, and it looked like a yellow card's going to be issued as well.
That is interesting.
And the Jumbos don't really have an opportunity to go for the net here. Looks like they are going to have a couple runners, though. And Gherkin is going to try to play this one for a runner.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls forward so far in this game. Gherkin now standing over it. His ball in. Dealt with well by White. And the Beavers will look to break. That's Collins now. The Jumbos do a good job to retreat. Now Daly on this near sideline. Nods it back to Yanez, and now Lauda. Campbell.
Both teams coming out of the half with a good sense of urgency, though. Both trying to set up an opportunity quickly. Neither team able to convert on either opportunity, though. Neither really all that threatening.
Yeah, Babson the ranked team, Tufts the unranked team, but both with a sense of urgency in the second half. Both knowing they need to win, both having 2 losses already on the season. It's a poor clearance by Babson, brought down by the Jumbos. Struggling to put it at their feet, cleared away by Way. So a little bit of excitement there as Campbell now fighting for the ball. Campbell wins it. Now Campbell brought down. The referee not blowing his whistle. Campbell recovers. And now his ball just gets away from the Jumbos on that far side.
Yeah, and a poor touch from Babson set up that opportunity for the Jumbos. Gibson Campbell trying to play it out towards Trainer, but just a little bit out of his reach.
Yeah, Trainer after coming off in that first half, now back in the game. Beavers trying to push it forward. Yana's working in defense. Collins now sprinting down the field. That ball is too far for Rainford, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Not very threatening, as the Jumbos far outnumbered Rainford, and the ball from Collins was pretty far out of the reach of Rainford.
And Ethan, we're seeing a lot more pace here in this second half. Both teams a little bit less patient, really trying to push and get more offensive opportunities. And of course, as I say that, the Jumbos slow it down just a little bit here, playing back in the backfield. There's Feinberg and Lauda.
Yeah, that's a great distinction there between how these teams have played in these first and second halves. Now Feigen sending that ball forward towards Daly. Daly with a good, well, not a great touch, actually. He gives it away. But it was a difficult touch for him to make regardless. Now Rainford lays it off. Grund on that far sideline. Collins. Collins does a good job to lose a defender. Now the shot on, challenges Lauda. Lauda makes the great save. So that was Samuel Kalishman taking the shot for the Beavers there. It was low and to Lauda's left. Lauda making the good stop. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, and Babson setting up their first offensive attack here of the second half. And another shot on goal for them as the Jumbos have a chance of their own.
Oh, and the Jumbos now going around way, now having to get rid of it. And the ball will go out of bounds. Campbell to throw. Again, out of bounds.
Yeah, Trainer really doing his best down there, all the way back on defense and all the way back up there on offense.
Yeah, we've seen a really quick switch. Like you said, pace of play. Yanez playing it towards Daly. Daly can't get to it.
And the Jumbos are going to have themselves another corner kick here. It's really been all Jumbo attack here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And finally, we've seen a little bit of momentum. Babson has seemed to come out of Babson's come out of this second half just a little bit flat. We're going to see if the Jumbos can convert on this opportunity. 6 corners, 5 of them in the first half. Here's their second of the second half.
Exactly, as that ball in now. Good. Jumbo's got to head to it, but it gets away. This is a great corner in by Feigen. And now the chance is not over yet. That ball low and in. Gets away from the Jumbos. And now the Beavers with a chance to break. Collins is sprinting forward. He's not going to get to any ball, as there was great defending by the Jumbos. And now the Beavers will look to reset.
And a great play by Gherkin clearing that one out, forcing Babson to set something up now as their defense has dropped all the way back.
Brady now pressing high. And he brings down the Babson center back, who is livid. It'll be a foul against Brady.
And Liam Mahanlin, the senior from Boxborough, Massachusetts, disappointed that no cards being given there. But again, we've seen a really physical game first half and second half. Cards have been distributed to both teams now, so the referees really trying to keep this one under control. Babson's going to play this one long. It's Ryan Kim.
Yeah, Babson getting head to that there. Collins now trying to break free. He does have the ball at his feet, working well, and good defending by Gibson Campbell to get out of bounds. It'll be Eric Lauda to take that goal kick.
And a really good job by the Jumbo's defense to stay relaxed.
Absolutely. Head coach of Tufts, Kyle Desatel, currently upset about the placement of one of the free kicks that one of the teams had to take. I'm not quite sure which he was referring to, as now Siegelstein with the ball at his feet gets knocked away.
But the Jumbo's creating a little bit more on offense now. They've got a couple of players in the box.
Ball in, dealt well with by Babson. Gibson Campbell tries to head it back in. Collins does a good job to avoid conceding the corner kick. But Gherkin will still fight for the ball in midfield. Trainer lays off the ball well. Yanez, the shot goes over.
And Yanez just trying to do a little bit too much there. Tried to put that one on net, but well wide. And again, with no Jumbo's runners, both teams have still struggled to create some sort of offense. Jumbo still with no shots on goal. Babson with 3 of their own, as Walker White looks to get something going for the Beavers.
Ball bouncing around midfield. Referee blows his whistle.
And it was Ross Shello who took a tough hit there. Again, it's been super physical, but Shello taking the worst of it. Babson now with a chance, though.
And now Ryan Kim to take it for the Beavers. Just lays it off short. That'll be Araujo sending the ball in. Dealt well with there by the Jumbos. Brady now clears it poorly. Falls back to Kim. Great block there by Brady, though. And the Jumbos will have a chance to break. Feigen now giving chase. Good defending there by the Beavers. Feigen now doing a good job. Yanez getting the ball stripped off of him. It'll be out of bounds, waiting for the ref's decision. And there was a throw in taken quickly by the Jumbos. Brady now near the corner. And both teams will go back into the box for a corner kick.
Mikey Brady doing a really excellent juke move there down on the end line. Faking the cross, it's going to set up a Jumbo's corner, which would have basically effectively been the same as a cross. This time, though, you have a couple more runners in. A little bit more physicality, but Coach Desatel trusts his team with the corner here.
Is that ball in? Punched away by White. Players from both teams will watch it go out of bounds. Jumbo's throw.
And the Jumbos have an opportunity to put another one in the box.
Yeah, again, players from both teams setting up as if it were a corner kick. Good ball in. Falls outside the box, looped back in. Babson having to clear their lines, which they do. The Jumbos will have to retreat. Not a lot of Babson players forward. They'll switch it, though. That's Goss. Goss now. Goss lays it off to Kim. Kim to Rainford. Goss sends a ball in. And it's met on the end by Collins. Great save by Lauda there to deny Collins. So great link-up play on this near side by the Jumbos. It results in a great chance for Collins, but Lauda making that save at his near post.
And Goss showing off the wheels to set up this opportunity for Babson. And it seems like every time the Jumbos have something deep, Babson comes all the way back after a high turnover of some kind, and now they'll have an opportunity in the corner. They've had 3 in this game so far, have not converted just yet.
All right, and the Beavers' corner is in. And a great header to a great save by Lauda. So Lauda having to make the dive to his far post, makes the phenomenal save off the header. That ball was headed in if it weren't for his save.
And that's Eric Lauda's 5th save of the game. So keeping the Jumbos in it here. He's had to face 6 shots. 5 of them he's made saves on. So really excellent job by Eric Lauda so far to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, so an action-packed second half. The Jumbos have to clear their lines again. Lots of physical play. Gherkin brought down. Gherkin pushes off the Babson player. That's Samuel Kalishman, who he got into a bit of a tussle with. So things starting to heat up in this second half. Lauda having to make some critical saves in the last few minutes. Lots of physical play down at the Jumbo's end.
That's right, Ethan. And we've seen Gherkin be physical, just got dragged down a little bit and not pleased with his opponent. Although, again, physical play, we've seen the refs keep it under control. So glad that they keep it under control here as Feinberg plays one long.
Collins now. Just can't bring the ball down to his feet. It'll be a Jumbo's throw. Rainford brings the ball off a defender. Goss. Goss now. Sends it towards Rainford, lays it off. Shello can't find a player. Collins now sends the ball in. Goss gets ahead to it, and it's an easy save made by Lauda.
Yeah, Goss, a 3-time NUMAC All-Conference selection, a 5th-year grad student for this Babson Beavers team. Really a trusted weapon for them, and he's been all over the field in the past couple of minutes. Eric Lauda needing to do a whole lot to stop him in this Beavers attack.
Yeah, that save on the header, definitely not as difficult for Lauda, but it should be registered as another save and another shot on target for the Beavers. As now the Jumbos look to break. Yanez sends a ball towards Daly. Daly gets ahead to it. Brady trying to bring it down. Good link-up play. And White having to make the great save out of nowhere for the Jumbos. Or sorry, for the Beavers. But, yeah, the ball bouncing around there. Save comes out of almost nothing. White making the diving stop.
And a really excellent save there by White, Walker White that is, to keep this one tied up at 0.
Now the Jumbos with the corner. Ball in. The header just not there. Feigen will have a chance to cross it back in. Feigen does send it in. Beavers deny him. Volley taken on there. Now it trickles to Campbell all the way out back. He'll send a ball forward. And that's dealt with by White.
The Jumbos had already been dropping, so an easy save there for Walker White. 30 minutes left to go here in the second half. We're still scoreless, but a lot more action here in the second half of soccer.
Now the play will be blown dead. Be a foul going against Tufts.
Face it! Ethan, not too deep too early. On our toes! We're marking! That's fine.
Shot taken on by Shell's way over. Wasn't close.
And it will register as another shot for Babson as Mason Schultz gets set to check back in. He had a pretty strong first half for the Jumbos. Also getting set to check in is going to be Mateo Bargagna.
Yeah, Mateo Bargagna, the freshman defender, making his first appearance of the day. He's made quite a few appearances this season, as Desatel likes to utilize his first years. As Daly looks to send the ball in, it'll be denied by a Beaverhead.
Mikey!
It's going to be Ethan Feigen and Mikey Brady coming off for those two.
Yeah, so Feigen had a pretty not productive day in terms of the numbers that you would see on the scoreboard, but he's certainly been exciting to watch. Brady also with good link-up play. Gherkin. Daly.
Deeper clip! Deeper clip!
Ball back to Clivio. And Clivio pushing forward. Trainer lays it off.
A bad touch there from Babson may set up another Jumbo opportunity. Still on that far sideline, still trying to set something up. Jumbo pushing their offensive line pretty far up into that attacking third.
Little ball bouncing around midfield. Back to Yanez, who links up with Jumbo's now working near the edge of the box, looking for an opportunity. Siegelstein now. Siegelstein near the corner. And a great tackle there made by the Beavers, but it will be a Jumbo's corner kick. So good defending, but the Jumbos get a good result in the end. They'll want to take advantage of this opportunity, which they haven't been able to do so far.
Look here for the fresh legs in Bargagna and Schultz.
The corner in. It's a dangerous ball in. The volley taken on is blocked amazingly. Well struck by the Jumbos. Work not done yet. The low ball in also cleared off the line by the Beavers. The Jumbos still just pouring it on. The ball will finally go back to Lauda as the Beavers tried to get some men forward but couldn't. And now the Jumbos will look to create another opportunity, but some exciting shots there. One of them well struck by the Jumbos, but also well blocked by the Beavers.
And it's going to be another Jumbo's corner. We've seen a whole lot of Jumbo corners here in this second half. I believe that's 5 to be precise. 5 in the first, another 5 here in the second, and we're only through just under 20 minutes in the second half. So score sheet still at 0-0. Both keepers doing an excellent job keeping this clean. But now the Jumbos are going to have another opportunity.
Yeah, and that was probably the most exciting opportunity we saw from the corner as they send it in again. Ball falls. Jumbo's looking for a shot, can't get it off. So that one having to be taken by backtracking Ian Daly, just well wide of the goal in the end. So now players finally retreating back towards the Jumbo half of the field. Pretty threatening spell by the Jumbos. One of them underscored by an amazing save made by Babson goalkeeper Walker White as Campbell goes down. That'll be a foul ruled against the Beavers. So Jumbos to take yet another set piece. They've been fouled a lot in this second half as well.
Yeah, an easy call to make there. Official quite literally about 5 to 10 yards from him, so he saw that push from the get-go, and Jumbo's really threatening quite a couple of times in this second half. Again, much more action-packed half than the first, but Babson has had a couple of chances too. The Jumbos need to be careful and really drop that back line as soon as they see that their chance is dissipated.
So now Feinberg looking to reset with Gherkin and Lauta. Clivio. Good ball in. Dealt with. Goss trying to get to it. Failed tackle by Siegelstein. Now that ball gets sent out of bounds. It'll be a throw taken by Ian Daly of the Jumbos. Bargano getting a touch. Now the ball bouncing around between Siegelstein. Siegelstein with a chance. Goes down in the box. The referee's not going to blow his whistle there. Walker White also down, so a bit of a collision between Siegelstein and Walker White. Walker White taking the harder end of that challenge, still struggling as he gets up.
Yeah, and it looks like both players trying to make a play on the ball. Siegelstein trying to slide, but Walker White just a little bit quicker to it. Seems like he grabbed a little bit at his hip, may have fallen a little awkwardly on it.
And now the Beavers try to move forward with Collins. That low ball forward. Campbell's to it. Rainford now breaks away on this near sideline towards the corner flag. He'll have to make a move. The ball deflects back out. Bargano knocks it out of bounds with his head. That'll be Liam Radigan coming into the game for the Beavers.
And a good ball there from Bargano. Just goes out of bounds, a little unlucky on that header touch. Looks like we're going to have another substitution for the Jumbos. It's going to be another first-year Randolph for Tufts.
Trainer can break here. Trainer just held up there, but with some good moves again, the chance isn't over yet, and now it is. He's giving the ball away, and now the Beavers with a chance to break Goss. Goss marked by Gherkin. Gherkin applied good pressure. Daly now lays it off to Gherkin, who knocks it off of Goss out of bounds. So it looked like Trainer could break away there, but just held up in the end. Beavers doing a good job to retreat and make sure they cut off the chance.
The first year Randolph comes on for Trainer, so it looks like Trainer's day will be done here at Bello, and he'll go another game scoreless. Now
Grun trying to send it forward. Easily dealt with by the Jumbo backline. Not many men forward for the Beavers. Gherkin now running. Doesn't look towards Daly, who he had running alongside him. And now Feinberg looking forward. Sends it towards Bargano. Now Daly. Ball given away by the Jumbos. Now Radigan. Lots of space for Radigan. Players retreating from both teams. And Radigan sends a low ball in that's dangerous. And the shot for the Beavers just knocked away. The Beavers' chance not done yet. That long shot easily cleared away. That one dangerous, saved by Lauda.
And a really dangerous ball in there by Samuel Kalishman. Eric Lauda getting a hand on it. It's going to be a corner kick for the Beavers, and the Jumbos may have gotten away with one in the box. The Beaver bench was calling for a Jumbo handball, but it'll be a corner kick nonetheless. This game's still tied up at 0, 21 minutes left to go, and the Beavers have a golden opportunity after they squander one just prior.
Absolutely. Lauda having to do a lot of work on that last sequence there, topping off with a top-notch save as the Beavers will send that cross in from the corner. They'll have a shot here. Knocked away well by the Jumbos. They're outnumbered. And now the Jumbos will clear. Only one white shirt pushing forward for the Jumbos as the ball will land in the hands of Walker White, who will take his time in resetting after a chaotic sequence on the other end of the field. Headed away by Siegelstein, now knocked out. White again.
Now Bargania playing in the position that Sean Trainer was in before, so really just pressuring anything that comes into that defensive third.
Yeah, really interesting seeing his listing as a defender. Now Radigan gives chase, marked by Clivio. Now that ball in by Goss, and the shot is wide from the Beavers. That was Kalishman again taking the shot. Just poorly struck in the end. Not anything threatening Lauda, even though the chance was set up to maybe look that way. His trainer was going to come back into the game. So the Jumbos having to do a lot of defending in these last few minutes, but still scoreless at Bello with under 20 minutes to play. Great ball towards Bargania, who can't get to it. Still a great ball in. And now the Jumbos players pressing the Beavers defenders. The ball won back in midfield by Daly, who just missed the link-up play there. Daly could have been in on goal if that pass had found him. And now Gherkin working on his near sideline. Ball comes off of Gherkin. It'll be ruled a Beaver throw. Kim to take the throw. Radigan. Good link-up play with his forwards on that near sideline near the corner. The ball will go out of bounds. And now Mikey Brady, Ethan Feigen, and Sean Trainer will come in. Mason Schultz coming off. Bargania after a very short shift. It looks like he was just letting Sean Trainer get a breather. Bargania, the player listed as a defender, came in, sort of played as a forward. Also coming off for the Jumbos is that freshman Luke Randolph.
Now 18 minutes left to go. Both teams still scoreless. Had a couple of opportunities apiece, though. We'll see if either team can take one of these chances. As we talked about it earlier in the game, both teams need to take their chances to be able to take this one. Neither team having the season that they've wanted so far up until this point, but this could be a turning point for both of these programs this year.
Yeah, and certainly neither team will be content with just a draw here, both of them needing that win to make up for their shortcomings early in the season. As now Feinberg will push forward. Brady. Feigen lays it off to Trainer. Feigen again, who goes down. He's going to win the free kick. So Yanez now is going to take a free kick in much more dangerous territory than we've seen him have chances so far this game. We saw him score a banger that eventually proved to be the winner in last week's game against Salem State. He'll have another great shot here as as the Beavers will set up a big wall in front of him to try and stop that banger from going in the back of the net yet again.
That's right, Ethan, and we've said it a couple of times. He's had chances from about 10 yards out, from about 15 yards out of the box. Now he's probably about 2 yards out of the box, taking this from the top. The officials letting this wall know exactly where they're allowed to go as Movin Shin gets set to check back in, but Giannis is going to hit this one, and it looks like he's going to put this one on net.
No question. As Giannis takes in, great save by Walker White, had to punch it out from his right side, diving to his right. Well struck by Yanez, who didn't try to hit it over the wall, just hit it to the right side of the wall, struck extremely powerfully, but an even more powerful save by Walker White, who keeps this game scoreless.
And Shin's going to come on for Siegelstein. This one's going to stay in the jumbo, attacking third. It's probably their best chance of the day so far, and the first one on goal, really.
Yeah, easily. But what a tremendous shot and a tremendous save from White. Now Daly working on Goss. Ball from Feinberg just knocked out of bounds. It'll be a jumbo's throw. But yeah, a great display of skill from both teams on the end of that free kick. Feinberg gets it to Clivio. Clivio sends the ball far forward towards Feigen, who can't get to it. Now Yanez brings it down. Yanez with 2 goals to his name so far this season, including the aforementioned winner from the Salem State game. He finds Clivio. Jumbo's now pressing really far forward. Clivio's ball in, brought down by the Jumbos. It's bouncing around the box. Brady takes a shot, just misses. Could not get the foot to it. Now Feigen with the ball at his feet, crosses it in. The shot taken by Brady over. So some chances for the Jumbos, no clean shots taken there. Brady had possibly one chance, just couldn't get a foot on it, and then that one where he did get the foot to it, not clean contact. It remains scoreless with just over 14 minutes to play at Bello.
That's right, Ethan, and really neither team has had an opportunity that they've been super pleased with yet up until this point, so both teams still looking to find the back of the net. Neither team has been able to do it so far. We're still scoreless here at Bello with under 15 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and as we've said, the best Jumbo's chance of this game so far coming on that Giannis free kick, which was saved incredibly by White. But a lot of the chances coming for the Jumbos in these closing minutes of the game. Again, no overtime. If a team were to prevail in this game, they would have to score in these final 13 and a half minutes. Shin now. Yanez beaten to the ball. Shin takes the shot on, but it's weak. It just rolls to the side of the goal, and Walker White will pick up the ball for a goal kick.
And we like that aggression from Wu and Shin, coming right in off the bench and trying to make an immediate impact, but just trying to do a little bit too much with that second shot.
Yanez wins the ball off the goal kick. He'll look to bring it down again. Rainford now can break. Rainford has Goss. Goss doesn't get to it. Good defending by Feinberg. Or now that ball is kicked away by Feinberg. Brady now can't control there. Goss now marked by Daly. Daly with a good block. Feigen just knocked off his feet. And there's going to be a foul called on one of these. I think after the whistle, Gherkin went down. The foul should go against Kim for his tackle on Feigen. So a lot of physical play on that last sequence results in the Jumbo's free kick, which is taken quickly by Gherkin towards Feigen. Feigen with some step over moves. Just working on too many defenders as he goes down again. And it'll be a handball ruled against Feigen, who was brought down and the ball hit his hand. Arguably, that could have been ruled a foul against the Beavers, but it gets ruled a handball against Feigen.
That's right, Ethan. A tough break for Feigen, who seemed to land straight over the ball. You know, it's tough when your feet get swept up right from underneath you, but that was deemed clean as both players were trying to make a play on the ball. Feigen falling straight onto it. And Babson now trying to put one back into their attacking third.
Absolutely. No, Feigen with the half volley shot towards Wu Shin, who heads it towards Trainer. Trainer wins it back. Well, now it's won back by Brady. Yanez now sends a neat ball in. Brady, the ball just cleared away. Play is blown dead somewhere. And it'll be a Beavers free kick. So foul over in the area where Mikey Brady was. Foul called against Gherkin for his defense on Kalishman.
And definitely a tough call there from Gherkin. Both players trying to get into that a little bit, but probably the right one. The ref was right there, so he could see all the hand action going on. And now Babson has a dangerous kick, threatening in their attacking third.
Yeah, interesting to see them take it quickly. Ryan Kim sends it in, headed away. Campbell having to do defense, and Lauda with an amazing stop at the goal line. Oh my goodness. That looked like it was going to be dealt with well by the Jumbo's defenders, but eventually it was given away, and Lauda being called to action makes an amazing save. And that he's really been the player of the game for the Jumbos, having to make a number of critical saves in this second half where we've seen a lot more shots taken by both teams.
Ethan, that's right. We've seen a lot of really impressive saves from Eric Lauda, but that is probably one of the most, if not the most impressive one that I've seen from him.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Utterly unbelievable. Is now the Beavers with another chance to break. They're sprinting along that far sideline. Gibson Campbell having to do some defense. And Lauda having to come out off his line and clear it away from the Beavers striker. Zach Siegelstein will come to the game for Wu Shin. So Lauda, not long after his enormous save to keep this game knotted at nothing, having to come off his line again to stop the Beavers from coming in. Daly. The ball taken off before it could get to Siegelstein, but Daly will have the throw. Anthony Bangdia is going to come to the game, and Mikey Brady will come off. So with 8 minutes to play, Brady, the only forward with a goal this season for the Jumbos, comes off.
Coach Desatel trying to go deep into his bag of tricks and deep into his bench to try to put one in the back of the net. Looking for a different look there with Bangdia.
Ball taken off the Jumbos by the Beavers. Beavers with a chance to break. That ball in, defended well by Clivio, who got his head to it. And now Yanez gives Ethan Feigen a chance to break. Feigen's ball forward, Bangdia with the fresh legs giving chase. Bangdia knocks the defender down, and the ball rolls into the arms of White. It'll be a free kick ruled against Bangdia for the contact he made on that play with the defender. But a good chance for the fresh legs of Bangdia to break and possibly be in on that play. Rainford with his feet knocked out from under him. He'll get the free kick. And the referee points towards Ian Daly, who gets a yellow card for that challenge on Rainford.
Yeah, Ian Daly just getting a little bit too aggressive and really physical there while he didn't even have the ball in his vicinity, to be quite honest with you. But now another chance for Babson. Kalishman's probably going to try to put this one on the net, and at the very least he's going to have runners at that back post.
Yeah, it would certainly be hard to beat Eric Lauda from this distance, but this is certainly a prime position for Kalishman to put a ball in. And we've seen the Beavers be threatening from this kind of position so far in this game. As he does put a ball in. It hangs up. No heads to it yet. And the referee will make a call against the Beavers. Jumbo's free kick.
Yeah, and not a great ball there from Kalishman. You want to put a little bit more hook on it and give your runners a chance to put that one on net. Not really doing that, though, and the Beavers get called for a foul there in the box. Again, a super physical game between both teams. Seen a couple of yellow cards and a whole lot of fouls called, so the officials have this one very clearly under control.
Clivio back to Lauta. 6.5 minutes to play at Bello. We are still scoreless. Both teams still desperately searching for a winner. Neither team looking satisfied with a draw. Both of them have been going all out on attack in this second half. We've seen both keepers be forced to make some amazing saves. And now Goss with a lot of space. He has Kim running alongside him. He does lay it off to Kim on this near sideline. Kim with a great move, has the chance to put a great ball in. And Lauda with a great save. It looked like that may have been a cross in towards Rainford, but Lauda still being called to action does make the save on that ball that was traveling towards the net.
And it's so funny, Ethan. Eric Lauda makes that save look easy. You know, really tough ball, but he gets up and hauls it right in.
Yeah, absolutely. No one makes it look easier than him. Now Feinberg looking to reset with Lauta.
Now the Jumbos pushing their front line all the way up. Taylor Feinberg with it now. Looks like the Jumbos are going to try to play it in soon.
Yeah, now or never for both teams. Ball recovered by the Beavers, who have no other option but to clear it out of bounds. Lauda now laying it off to Feinberg. Mikey Brady prepares to come in. Gherkin pushing forward, lots of numbers forward for the Jumbos. Daly lays it off to Gherkin. Gherkin with the feet taken up from under him. No call. No call from the referee. Mikey Brady comes back in after a quick rest. Anthony Bangdia is done for the day. As surely the Jumbos will look for Brady to get one final chance at goal.
4 minutes left to go here at Bello. Neither team on the score sheet. Still at 0-0 in this dogfight.
Brady now giving chase, can't get to it. Goss brings it down with a neat touch. Kim. Goss now. Switches it to Grund. So Babson now pushing forward, almost all of their players in Jumbo territory. Now they'll take their time with this throw. Under 3.5 minutes to play. Ball in, defended well by the Jumbos. Shot chance here. Lauda had to dive, but just watched it sail out of bounds. That was a great shot taken by Araujo.
Lauda now shouting at his defense, telling them to get things in order. Both teams still scoreless, though, and Lauda has really made this whole goalkeeping thing look pretty simple. Babson has had a lot of dangerous chances there in this second half.
Great ball in towards Brady. Handled by White. That was actually Siegelstein who it was towards, but it was handled by White. Rainford gets ahead to it. Kalishman. Flag goes up. It'll be a Jumbo's ball. Yana is giving chase. Both teams giving it their all in these final 2 minutes. Collins now on the ball. Collins sends it towards Kalishman. Kalishman on the far side, working on Campbell. Kalishman's ball in, dealt with well by the Tufts defenders. Headed away for a throw-in.
And Ethan, on this side of the field, we saw that long, cartwheel throw all the way in, and looks like we may see another flip throw here to put this one in the box for Babson. One of their best chances of the second half, but
that ball in, not threatening. Great block by the Jumbos on that shot from Collins. And that's Grun just fighting along that sideline. Great effort by him to keep the ball in the Beavers' possession. And now Kim. Goss looking to send a ball in, which he does. Dealt with well by the Jumbos. Kim breaks free. Kim gets the shot off and it's blocked. Hit away. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be a corner, given the Beavers sideline ecstatic that it was, just off the deflection from that shot. So with 40 seconds remaining, the Beavers with a chance from the corner. It's taken, headed on the far side, kept in by Collins. Lauda has to intervene, which he does. Now the ball cleared away by the Jumbos critically. Great job by Lauda to get a hand on that. The referee blows the play dead. The clock is going to stop at 19.4 seconds as the Jumbos player is down inside the box where the corner was taken. So a lot of physicality on that final corner. Lauda getting a hand to it crucially. The Jumbos clearing away ultimately. The ref will blow the play dead. Probably not for a foul, but more for the injury as the trainers have to come on for the Jumbos. And Max Cook will come on.
And Lauda looks concerned. Can't see exactly who's down over there, but the Jumbos really doing an excellent job on that corner kick.
It'll be interesting to see how players from both teams will approach this. Usually there's a drop ball when it comes to an injury like this, and the team with the injured player would be just given the ball as a matter of sportsmanship.
At 19.4 seconds left in the game, it's been really neck and neck the whole way through. Both teams have been super, super physical, but this is exactly where both teams want it. Down to the final seconds against, two very storied programs.
Yeah, surely here it's a final chance of the game for either team. It looks as if the ball will stay in the Jumbo's end of the field, so it could be a time for Lauda to be called on one last time to come and save the draw for the Jumbos.
And it looks like Clivio is the injured Jumbo down there. Clivio has been super tough in his first years as a Jumbo. Clivio now the junior from Miami, Florida, looking for a substitution for the Jumbos now. I believe it'll be Max Cook in for Clivio for these final 19 seconds.
That is correct.
Clivio able to walk off under his own power, thankfully.
The ball still being positioned at midfield. The ref will issue a drop ball at midfield. It'll be interesting to see what directions the players have taken from either team or from either of their coaches in order to just execute this in a sportsmanlike manner. So one final chance for the Beavers. That ball in, just not powerfully enough. The Jumbo's physically to it. That ball knocked in the air. That'll take some time off the clock. Throw in now for the Jumbos. The countdown continues. And now the countdown stops. The clock stops at 3.3 seconds. We'll see if there's any time added on. It looks like there's time for one final throw to take up 3.3 seconds. Like you said, now as good a time as ever to do that type of front handspring throw-in by the Beavers, as now the Jumbos will be called on to do one last act of defending.
The official's going to reset the clock to 6 seconds. We're not exactly sure what it shows on the broadcast, but 6 seconds here at Bello. And the kick here from Babson, all or nothing here for both teams.
Good low ball in. It's going to take too much time, and it ends scoreless at Bello. An action-packed second half requiring saves from both teams. The referees aren't done yet, and now they are, actually. That was the final whistle, so scoreless at Bello Field. Action-packed second half. Great saves had to be made by both keepers. Lauda coming up huge for the Jumbos, as well as Walker White on a number of occasions for the Beavers. 0-0 from Bello Field. I've been Ethan Grubelich. I've been joined by Sam Brill. We have a busy weekend ahead with 6 broadcasts coming up, 4 soccer broadcasts against Colby College and Trinity College, and 2 volleyball broadcasts. We look forward to seeing you then.